What's going on here is that these Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to work on a dirty Polaris Predator carburetor that has been sitting around, and we're going to get this thing cleaned up. And we have a little issue here with the fuel pump not pumping enough fuel, so we got a few parts for the Predator. We've got this right here, which is a the steering column bushing. Get the slop out of the steering wheel. We won't be using that today, but we've got a brand new fuel pump. So anyhow, we'll be working on that. And we also have in here a new petcock for the fuel tank. So this petcock will move. The other one did not. So we like it when they move well. And this will also, we needed to take the old one out and clean these filters, because I think the filters all got gunked up. So anyhow, I'm going to clean this little bit of a mess up that I just made, and we're going to get right to it. Man, these things are tight. Not good. What's up? No.
Nice shot.
Filling all over, man.
Looks good in here.
I can't get these dang screws out. I might have to vice grip them. They are stuck. Alright guys, so what's going on here is that these oh, foul ball. Alright. Well, I'm gonna jump on here and
show them the dirty deed.
Steal all the credit for everything.
Yeah, Chris be like, okay, I got that screw out.
I got that screw out. That was me the whole time.
Let's wait for editing, and that's what it's gonna sound like too.
Exactly. If I was you, Chris, I'd go too. I got that screw out, and show us like, fighting.
Oh yeah, that thing's crystal clean.
That's that ethanol.
Oh yeah. Yep, we're gonna be deep cleaning this one. All right, so we are going to use the ultrasonic cleaner. It's actually mostly to clean these small parts. I definitely want to get these cleaned up. So, but we're going to go ahead and do the carburetor in it too. But the carburetor won't sit all the way down in this unit. It's not really deep enough for that, but we'll go ahead and get it clean anyway. So what I'm using today is a mixture of pine sol, Derek, can you grab that pine sol, and distilled water. So a lot of people may disagree with this, but it works really well. That's fine, let it die. I have another battery. So anyhow, we'll do a couple of cycles with no heat. Oh look, there's already bugs in it. So I put quite a bit. I mean, I cover the tray really well with pine sol, and then I'll put water in it. And I put the pine sol in first, so I can kind of mix it. There's really no way to mix it. And I don't quite go to the max line because of all the stuff that's going to be in it. So I guess I'm at the max line. Anyhow, it's not rocket science, and it's not really super crucial stuff. But anyhow, I already put all the jets and just a little bit of carburetor cleaner in the bottom of the bowl. So I go ahead and just drop them in my little basket there, and I'll put the bowl in there on top. It's just enough room to get it under the surface, and then we'll sink the carburetor in. We'll do this half for a few times, and then we'll go across. I'm gonna turn the temperature control on for right this moment, just to warm the water up a little bit. I'm not gonna get it real hot, and I'm gonna set this to its maximum, which is 480 seconds on this unit. So anyhow, we're just gonna let it do its cycle. I'm not gonna film all this because, quite frankly, I'm not gonna stand next to this thing. The audio is just ridiculous from it. I don't like listening to it, and I can't put the lid on it to quiet it down. So all right, we will be back in just a second when this is all cleaned up and see what we have. All right, so if you guys were wondering about the little wardrobe change here, I had to go to the store and get the distilled water because I didn't have any, and I forgot to put my work shirt back on, so I had my nice shirt on, trying to mess it up out here. Bet you never did that. All right, so our first cycle is done. The water's no longer warm, or is not warm yet, so I'm gonna leave that going. I'm seeing a lot of filth in here already, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just turn the carburetor over on its side, and maybe I just keep rolling it around until I like what I'm seeing. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and run this thing again. I'm gonna go ahead and set it for another 480 second cycle, and I will be back with you guys. Okay, so the water is just warm now, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the temperature control off, and we're gonna run this thing again. I keep moving the carburetor around. I don't need to turn the camera on every single time I do that, but you guys kind of, I'm sure, understand what's going on. I'm just flipping everything around. So, and I just found a little tiny jet that I forgot to take out. Awesome. Well, I have some jet cleaners. I'll run through it, so it'll be fine. This thing is really cleaning up really nice. Okay, so this is not yet a finished product, but it is darn close. This thing is looking pretty darn good. I still have to go with the carburetor cleaner. This is just, I use a carburetor cleaner. Some people just wash it with the hose. I'll use a whole can of carburetor cleaner on this. I'm gonna do that off camera just because I want to get out of my canopy, and it's nighttime out right now. So I'm gonna do this off camera. I basically just hose everything. I spray through every hole in this carburetor. I don't care if it's a screw hole. I don't care. It's getting sprayed through. So anyhow. So here's the main body of the carburetor. It's mostly, I mean, you could almost eat off of this thing. It's pretty clean. So anyhow, I'm gonna finish all the small parts real quick the same way. Just carburetor cleaner, and then the compressed air from my air compressor to blow the rest of the dirt off, and it'll all be like this, and we'll start putting it back together. So all right, hang tight. So let me show you what these guys look like coming straight out of the ultrasonic cleaner. So they had so much junk on them, and they're really starting to clean up. It does discolor the brass a little bit because it is a little bit acidic, this cleaner, but I didn't really want to use Pine Sol, but I had to. That's all that was available at the time. So anyhow, it's fine. It's really cleaned up nice. So anyhow, I'm gonna finish up. All right. Okay, so I am going to, I put a little oil on this stuff so it slides right in, the stuff that has the little O-rings on it and everything. So if it looks a little funny, now you know why. And I have a couple.
Slop is all gone.
I've got one thing I don't remember where it is, so I'm going to actually have to hook my GoPro up to my phone and go back and look.
Stop recording.
But so far we're there. All right, I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so I haven't figured out where this piece goes yet, which is a bummer because I usually have a really good memory with that type of thing. So I'll just have to go back in my footage. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and I want to put the air fuel screw in. Okay, and when we took this apart, it was only like half a turn out, which is not good. I mean, this thing was set super lean. The stock setting is 2.5, so we're gonna start there. And basically all I do is I just turn this thing all the way in. You don't crank on it. Notice I do not have a handle on this screwdriver. Okay, I just get it seated. I look at where it's at, and then I watch it as I take it out. Half, one, half, two, half. Looks pretty close to it right there. So that is what the book says is a factory setting. I don't believe that this carburetor has been jetted. I don't know. If that is the case, it simply won't start for me and I'll have to lean it out some. So anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna get back to it with a lot less talking. Okay, so this is like a little basket for the main jet, and now I recall how it went. So anyhow, my bad guys, sorry. This is just, you know, It's kind of late. Had a long day at work. That's why I'm just kind of trying to take it easy. Luckily, Google told me, just like it tells me everything, I think. It tells me what to eat and what to wear. No, I'm just kidding. But, alright, so we're going to get back to this and get it put back together. I know everything's kind of discolored in here, and I really think that that's got a lot to do with the all the fuel and everything. That thing moves great, guys. It moves great, and it feels really good when I totally seat it. So yeah, it closes off really good. I'm just blowing air. I'm not sure if the camera's picking me up or not, but anyhow, it feels really great, so that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't clean the screws, and they're still half stripped out. And I don't care.
For another day.
We're going to be changing these screws out and putting a new gasket in here and everything else here once a little money is recouped. Everything's kind of short around the holidays, so we're just kind of throwing this thing together. And if we can get it to not leak, we need to get the bike started so we can figure out what other issues it's going to have, so we can get a parts list together. So I mean, we have a lot of electrical stuff to figure out and stuff like that. I mean, it's been sitting for a long time. So anyhow, I'm gonna run the ultrasonic cleaner again, and I forgot to clean the cap when I was cleaning everything else, so I have the cap just soaking in there right now, and we're gonna go ahead and let it clean, and then we'll be back. So all right, see you in a second. Alright, so let's see if we can't make this happen, fellas. Oh, turn it this way. There we go. Oh, you got part of it to work right.
Don't force nothing.
No, don't ever force anything. You hear that, guys? Don't ever force anything when you're doing these carburetors. There's no reason to ever have to force anything. Don't let the darn thing go all the way down either. I love these diaphragms. Like I love pink eye. They're quite efficient though. I mean, they do their job well. They really make me mad. That for the moment. Nice clean carburetor. Everything moves super great with it. I'm really happy with this this cleaning. So, all right.